The origins of the Savoia Cavalleria date back to the late 17th century. An elite cavalry unit, they saw action which began with the Wars of Succession in Spain, Poland, and Austria through the French Revolution, Italian War for Independence, and both World Wars. By World War II, they found themselves serving on the Russian front during Operation Barbarossa, finding themselves in most unfamiliar territory. The Warfighter World War II Expansion number 83, Savoia Cavalleria, consists of 3 player soldiers, 3 non-player soldiers, 2 squad soldiers, 3 weapons, 2 skills, and 3 gear, 4 missions and 4 objectives, 12 locations, 2 events, and 18 elite Russian hostiles. The Italian soldiers depicted in the expansion represent an elite fighting unit, designed to travel on horseback and fight when necessary. Their training, weapons, and gear separate the Cavalleria from other Italian units in the field. The weapons include the standard PPSH-41 submachine gun, but also consist of 2 one-handed swords designed for hand-to-hand combat as typical of traditional cavalry. The sword fighting and horse combat skills reflect the ability of the unit to close the distance and engage in hand-to-hand combat to overwhelm enemy forces. The gear starts with a specially trained cavalry horse that carries the soldier into battle. The trombeteer increases movement while the regimental flag rallies soldiers who are suppressed. The missions include the standard patrol and raid, featuring a last charge by the cavalry unit, but Finish the Job uses the cavalry in its most traditional role, to wipe out enemy forces that have already suffered casualties. The objectives focus on the routing of the hostiles, eliminating a heavy machine gun, and an escape mission against enemy forces whose strength keeps growing. Locations are mostly the rural Russian countryside, which reflect mostly open country that the Cavalleria operated. From sunflower-filled fields to rugged, elevated terrain, the locations help bring to life the challenges the cavalry unit faced on the Eastern Front. The 2 event cards showcase the benefits of having Ukrainian friends who lower the entrance cost to the location, and the detriments of quickly changing weather as the unexpected heat wears down on the soldiers. The elite Russian hostiles represent a mixture of raw recruits and lone soldiers up to the more challenging riflemen and light machine gun team. One interesting wrinkle is the surrendered soldiers, hostiles that cannot be attacked until they either suppress or wound one of your soldiers or are in the objective. You cannot use explosives or attack with automatic weapons in their location as well. The Savoia Cavalleria served for the duration of the Italians' participation in the war, disbanding when the Armistice of Cassibile was signed in September 1943. Thanks for watching. You can check out other videos in the Warfighter series, including Warfighter Fantasy, when you click on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. Plus, you can keep up with the latest news by visiting our Facebook and Twitter pages. And if you want to support the channel, we have a link to our Patreon page below. And I will see you next Wednesday.